Welcome to Blue Health Daily.
Have you ever heard that a glass of red wine a day is good for your heart? For decades, millions of people believed this idea. Some even developed a daily drinking habit because they thought it might help them live longer and stay healthier. But what if that belief was never as solid as it seemed? What if the story was far more complicated than we were led to believe? Today, we are going to explore what actually happens inside your body when you drink alcohol every day. We will look at the science behind alcohol's effects on your brain, your liver, your sleep, and your long-term health. Because understanding what alcohol does inside your body is not about fear. It is about knowledge. And better knowledge leads to better decisions. Unlike most foods, alcohol requires very little digestion. Within minutes of taking a drink, alcohol begins moving into your bloodstream. Once there, it travels throughout your body remarkably quickly. It reaches your brain, your heart, your muscles, and nearly every major organ. Because alcohol is treated as a potentially harmful substance, your body immediately begins working to remove it. The liver takes on most of that responsibility. Inside the liver, alcohol undergoes a series of chemical transformations. The first step converts alcohol into a compound called acetaldehyde. This is an important detail because acetaldehyde is significantly more toxic than alcohol itself. It can damage proteins, interfere with normal cellular function, and contribute to inflammation throughout the body. Fortunately, the liver has another enzyme that converts acetaldehyde into a less harmful substance called acetate. Eventually, that acetate can be broken down further and used by the body. The problem is that this process has limits. Your liver can only process a relatively small amount of alcohol at a time. When alcohol arrives faster than the liver can handle it, toxic byproducts remain in circulation longer. And when drinking becomes a daily habit, the body spends much of its time dealing with the consequences of repeated exposure. This is one reason alcohol affects so many different systems throughout the body. It is not acting on a single organ. It is influencing nearly everything. One reason alcohol is so widely used is because of how it changes the way we feel. Many people describe alcohol as relaxing. Others say it helps them unwind after a stressful day. Alcohol changes communication between brain cells. One of its effects is increasing the activity of a neurotransmitter called GABA. GABA helps slow down brain activity and promotes feelings of calmness and relaxation. At the same time, alcohol suppresses glutamate, a neurotransmitter associated with alertness and stimulation. Together, these effects create the familiar sensation of feeling more relaxed and less inhibited. This temporary increase in dopamine can make drinking feel enjoyable. But the brain is constantly trying to maintain balance. When alcohol is consumed regularly, the brain begins adapting. It reduces its natural sensitivity to these chemical changes. Over time, the same amount of alcohol produces a weaker effect. This process is known as tolerance. A person who once felt relaxed after one drink may eventually require 2 or 3 drinks to achieve the same experience. Meanwhile, natural dopamine activity may become less effective when alcohol is absent. This helps explain why some people begin feeling more irritable, anxious, or emotionally flat when they are not drinking. What originally felt like a solution to stress can gradually become part of the problem. Daily alcohol consumption can also affect memory, concentration, decision-making, and emotional regulation. These effects may be subtle at first. Many people do not notice them immediately. The brain is remarkably adaptable. That is one of its greatest strengths. But adaptation works in both directions. The habits we repeat shape the way our brains function. Of all the organs affected by alcohol, the liver carries one of the heaviest burdens. And day after day, the liver works tirelessly to process and remove alcohol from your system. At first, the damage may be difficult to notice. One of the earliest changes is the accumulation of fat inside liver cells. This condition is known as fatty liver disease. Many people experience no symptoms during this stage. If daily drinking continues, inflammation can develop. Liver cells become stressed, repair processes become less effective, and over time, healthy tissue may gradually be replaced by scar tissue. This advanced stage is known as cirrhosis. Unlike healthy liver tissue, scar tissue cannot perform. The liver becomes less efficient at filtering toxins, regulating nutrients, and the same essential functions, and supporting countless metabolic processes throughout the body. What makes liver disease particularly challenging is that it often develops silently. The liver is remarkably resilient. It can continue functioning even while significant damage is occurring. Reducing alcohol intake, improving nutrition, maintaining a healthy weight, and giving the liver time to rest can support healing, especially when changes are made early. Many people believe alcohol helps them sleep. And, in a very limited sense, it can appear that way. After drinking, people often fall asleep more quickly. But falling asleep is only one part of the sleep process. The true purpose of sleep is restoration. And this is where alcohol creates problems. While you sleep, your brain cycles through different stages. Each stage serves an important function. Some stages help restore physical energy. Others support learning, memory, emotional processing, and long-term brain health. Alcohol disrupts these natural cycles. As the body works through the night to metabolize alcohol, brain activity begins to change. Sleep becomes lighter. Awakenings become more frequent. And one of the most important stages of sleep, REM sleep, is often reduced. REM sleep plays a critical role in memory formation, emotional regulation, and cognitive performance. When REM sleep is repeatedly disrupted, people often wake up feeling less refreshed. They may struggle with concentration.
Yeah.
They may feel more irritable.
Yeah.
And they may experience lower energy throughout the day. This creates a frustrating cycle. Poor sleep leads to fatigue. Fatigue increases stress. Stress increases the temptation to use alcohol again the following evening. Over time, what seems like a sleep aid can quietly become one of the factors contributing to poor sleep quality. One of the most important developments in alcohol research involves cancer risk. Today, scientists recognize alcohol as a significant risk factor for several types of cancer. This includes cancers of the mouth, throat, esophagus, liver, breast, and colon. The reasons are complex. Part of the risk comes from acetaldehyde, the toxic compound produced when alcohol is broken down. Acetaldehyde can damage DNA and interfere with normal cellular repair processes. Over many years, repeated exposure may increase the likelihood of genetic mistakes accumulating inside cells. Alcohol can also contribute to chronic inflammation, another factor associated with increased cancer risk. This does not mean that every person who drinks alcohol will develop cancer. Far from it. But it does mean that cancer risk tends to increase as alcohol consumption increases. The relationship is not based on fear. It is based on evidence gathered from decades of scientific research. If you currently drink alcohol every day, this information is not meant to create guilt or shame. Most people do not begin drinking because they want to harm their health. They drink to relax, to socialize, to celebrate, or simply because it has become part of a familiar routine. You might start by having fewer drinks each week. You might create several alcohol-free days. You might replace an evening drink with a walk, herbal tea, reading, or another relaxing activity. Small changes often become sustainable habits, and sustainable habits create lasting results. Every step toward reducing alcohol consumption is a positive investment in your future health. For many years, alcohol was often viewed through a comforting lens. Some believed it protected the heart. Others saw it as a harmless way to relax. Modern science paints a more nuanced picture. Alcohol is not simply a beverage. It is a substance that affects nearly every major system in the body: the brain, the liver, sleep, metabolism, and long-term health. That does not mean health is determined by a single drink or a single decision. Health is built over time, through the habits we repeat day after day. The encouraging reality is that your body has an incredible capacity to adapt and recover. Every healthy choice sends a positive signal throughout your system. A nourishing meal, a better night's sleep, an alcohol-free evening, a walk in the fresh air. Your future health is not created by one dramatic moment. It is shaped by thousands of ordinary decisions made over time. And every positive choice begins with understanding how your body truly works. Thank you for spending this time with us today. If you found this exploration helpful, be sure to subscribe for more evidence-based health content designed to help you live a healthier, stronger, and more vibrant life. And as always, take good care of yourself. We will see you in the next video.
Knowledge is infinite, and what I know is, honestly, just a grain of sand in the desert. Hitting the like button and subscribing is totally free, but it's a huge motivation for me to keep making better videos for you. Thank you so much for your support. I hope this gave you some helpful insights into health. If you have any thoughts, questions, or comments, feel free to drop them below.